Welcome into the Daily Wager Studios here on the Las Vegas Strip. He is Tyler Fulghum. I am Doug Kezirian. As the NBA Summer League is about to wrap up here in Las Vegas, we're looking to opening night of the regular season. Intriguing matchups, one in each conference. In the East, you got the defending champs hosting the team that's expected to raise next year's championship banner. Any thoughts here in terms of should we see maybe this is a conference finals preview?
Yeah, I think this is the most likely Eastern Conference Finals preview. We know the situation in Philadelphia. Will they have Ben Simmons? Will they not have Ben Simmons? Will he be an improved free throw shooter, somebody you can leave on the floor in the fourth quarter? And then, of course, if there's health with the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. We saw Kevin Durant almost single-handedly with a 50% James Harden almost beat the team that ended up winning the championship. So Milwaukee should be good again, obviously led by Giannis, but I think we just scratched the surface of what Brooklyn could be next year. They need to have and maintain all that health. It looks like they found a steal in the draft in Cam Thomas at pick 27 with the buckets he's getting in the Summer League. Imagine that guy as your fourth or fifth scoring option off the bench. So the Nets look very formidable. Kyrie's mind has to be dedicated to winning and playing basketball. We know Durant will be there, and then you just need help from James Harden.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Nets are going to prevail. I think they're that loaded, and obviously you don't want to make injuries an excuse all the time. It's part of the sports. But they were really limited there, and they're bringing the core back, obviously. I think they're going to be the team to beat, and it is just so difficult to repeat, even in the NBA when you have a best of seven. Now, in the West, on opening night, we have the Lakers hosting the Warriors as we look at the East. So the Sixers, and I think in my eyes there's a big drop-off, and it seems like the odds makers. The Hawks could certainly make a run. The Heat have improved in theory, but for me, it's Nets and everyone else, understandably. Now, in the West, with the Warriors visiting the Lakers, I think it's fascinating what Golden State is, right? You have this core in their 30s with Klay Thompson returning from injury alongside Steph and Draymond Green. But then you have the young guys, Wiseman, last year's first-round pick, and then two this year in the lottery. I don't think that's a championship formula. I think at some point, whether it's this summer or closer to the trade deadline, the Warriors are going to make a move and trade those young pieces and go all in. Whether it is Karl Anthony Towns that becomes available, maybe Lillard, maybe Simmons does. But Simmons isn't the greatest fit because both he and Draymond are limited offensively in the half-court set. But I just don't think you can go to war and try to win a title with that much youth. Now, the upside is there for the future of the franchise, but when you have a short window here with Steph and Klay and Draymond, I think you got to go all in. And I think there's an opportunity there because the West isn't as deep from a top-tier standpoint that it has been in the past.
Yeah, I agree with that, your assessment on this Golden State team. I don't think they should have the second shortest odds in the Western Conference. We don't know what they're going to be with this core group and adding these youngsters, and I think that includes Wiseman around them. I think they should be probably the fourth or fifth, and that's a credit to Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, but are we going to forget how good the Utah Jazz were, even though they did not succeed with what they wanted to do in the postseason? Are we going to forget how good the Phoenix Suns were last year? And I know Chris Paul is getting a year older. There's some equity those teams have built up in that regard. And let's not forget the team that is favored to win the West, the LA Lakers. Yeah, they bounced out in the first round, but before Anthony Davis originally got hurt during the regular season, the Lakers were 21-6. It's a 777 winning percentage. They were steamrolling the league. Then the Davis injury happened. Then LeBron, trying to carry the load without Davis, injures his ankle, and neither was ever close to 100% the rest of the way. So for a team that's volatile in terms of health, because LeBron is getting older and AD is just frail at this point in his career, I think if they can maintain that health, we saw what they did in the bubble. They won the championship, and I have no reason to think that they won't prevail out of the West if LeBron and AD are healthy in the postseason. For them, it doesn't matter where they're at in the standings. They just need to be healthy, get into the postseason. Then they're the favorite once they do.
So with Westbrook addition, because there is some uncertainty there with this team and enough balls to go around, things like that, I actually like it because I think they're built for the regular season and postseason. Regular season, they go about 10 deep. So I don't think LeBron's going to have an MVP run this year. AD's, there's going to be some load management. Westbrook will be sort of that engine for the regular season, and then the shooters around. And then once you get to the playoffs, a whole new ball game. Obviously, Westbrook will learn. LeBron has figured it out. He got J.R. Smith to play along. He got every guy to play. He'll figure it out and get the right guys to complement one
another. He's a basketball savant. He knows what Westbrook's strengths are, what weaknesses are, where to put him. And I love the phrase you termed Russell Westbrook, the regular season engine, because he will not slow down. He's Russell Westbrook. That's not in his DNA. But AD and LeBron can just sit back during the regular season, kind of take some nights off, and Westbrook will be out there getting 20-point triple-doubles, helping them maintain playoff seeding. And then once the playoffs come around, it is LeBron and AD's team, and Russell, get in where you fit in.
Getting back to the regular calendar as well for the NBA, so opening night and also Christmas is sort of that second opening night and some intriguing matchups. The Phoenix Suns, who represented the West, will be involved in that huge quintuple header on Christmas Day. Lakers and Nets, perhaps a championship preview. That'll be sort of the marquee game. Things get going with the Hawks and Knicks in a playoff rematch. Celtics maybe getting things together, maybe have some young guns they've uncovered in Summer League. And the Mavericks with Luka at the helm trying to get in Salt Lake. The Jazz need to get back on track after their sort of flame out in the postseason against the Clippers team without the injured Kawhi Leonard. All right, he is Tyler, I'm Doug. NBA season just around the corner.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.